Hello and welcome. In today's video, I will be showing a sample CV that I've actually used and looking at some of the tips that makes your CV stand out with employers. I'll be very practical about what I did, why I did those things in the CV, and I'll just show you now. Come along. So, welcome everyone, and this is a CV I used at some point to get a job. And I'll just highlight the different aspects of this CV and why I think it's a good one. So, starting from the structure of the CV, as much as possible, it's important that you keep your CV very neat, very tidy. Don't use so many different fonts, so many different colors. That's usually a pushback on your CV. Ideally, you start with your name, your phone number, your email, so they can actually always contact you. It's very good you include things like your LinkedIn profile, a link to your LinkedIn profile, and of course your address. Just standard everything at the top here. Then there's a summary, and this summary I've included it. One thing to note about the CV and when preparing the CV is the fact that in the job role you are going for, there is usually a job description. It's important to look for keywords in that job description, and those keywords are included in your CV. So I hear a lot of people say things like, oh, they had a CV and then they use that same CV on different jobs. I don't think it really works that way. When you have a CV is usually you tailor it for a particular job you're sending to. And the reason is this: when you send out a CV, when the recruiters are going through your CV, they go through it and measure it against the job description that they have sent out for that job. So they'll be looking for certain keywords. And that's why each time you're sending out an application, it's important to update your CV with those keywords. Now, the summary here I have here is an enthusiastic and goal-oriented data analyst with over 7 years experience successfully assisting companies by developing and implementing data analysis and visualization using enhanced operational standard, team organization, and employee engagement strategies. Now, some of the words here are keywords from the job description that I used this CV to apply for. They needed someone that was good at team organization and employee engagement. So, of course, that is also there. An analytical storyteller, expert in identifying, collecting, and migrating data to and from a range of systems. Also, in this job, they needed someone that had a good understanding of various databases and how to pull information from different systems. And so that was also included here. Some of the things they wanted was someone with an analytical mindset, someone that had good organizational skills, decision-making skills. And as much as possible, we picked those keywords and added it into this CV as well. It's also very important that you move quickly to your skills and how they match up with the job description with the job you're applying for. I see a lot of people, they go straight to their previous work and all of that, but it's good you just quickly go from your skills to the tools you've used before you begin to talk about your experience. Now, the skills, I just put some of the skills, and again, the skills that are stated here, like I said, they are in line with the job description that was advertised for this role. So you need to take a few of the words from that advertised role, the job description, and then include it into your CV. Like I said, the reason for this is because your CV will be matched up against those keywords, run through something called an ATS, and will be filtered based on the keyword density. And then I talked about some of the tools that I am fluent in. For someone that does data analysis, Microsoft has to be there. SQL, yes, is a database, is a relational database management software, SQL. Python, Azure, Databricks. Some of these keystone, yes, because some of these are keywords from the job description. Mind you, it's important that you know how to use these tools as well. So if you look at the job description and it looks like you do not have those skills, it might be a good time to quickly learn them, because if your CV is going to pass this stage, it's important that you have this in your CV. Then your projects. Now, projects, portfolios, they are very, very good because it also shows the employer that you have been keeping yourself busy and have been working on real life projects. So after the skills, the tools, I've also included some of the projects I've done. And it's important that even while stating your projects, you don't say, I developed an advanced algorithm to detect and predict heart attack, coronary artery disease, and other cardiovascular disorder. You also tell us how this has helped to achieve an accuracy rate of 90% in identifying potential risk, and then how I achieved that. I loaded Python essential libraries, conducted exploratory data analysis, so they understand that, oh, these are the steps you took to get the results, and like that. It's important that you put all these steps before you begin to talk about your work experience. Now, for a lot of people, they want to see that first of all, you have the skills, you have the credentials, you have the skills, then you have the qualifications, then you have the experience in that order. The work experience, I've also added it there, the company. And if the job you are applying for is in the same domain, the same industry as the job you have worked in before, that is also very, very good, because domain knowledge is very key. It's not a total deal breaker in most cases, but it's very, very key. So the company name, the job title, and especially if your job title is related to the job you're applying for. In this particular role, I was also applying for a data analyst job, an asset data analyst, a property data analyst. And that's why I included the property data analyst. So they know it's the same job. I'm going from the same job to this present one. And in your work experience, while indicating what you have done, it's important that you show measures, maintain data integrity, and selected appropriate testing approach, including manual and automated testing, which reduce time spent on analysis by over 50%. It's important that your description shows results, and if you can use past tense, it's better, provided, maintained. Yeah. So then included some other places I've worked, S Connection Limited, Most Raceway Limited, and then your education, certification, and training, schools attended, the qualification, the completion date, thesis, and I if you should also look at a way of matching up your words with whatever role you are going for. Digital transformation of SMEs built and optimized for pre-digital environments. Predict the likelihood of loan defaults given an available data of customers. I was trying as much as possible to help them to see that I may not, even if I'm not in that domain, I've actually done projects and my studies have all built up to where I am. And eventually, references. Now, references, you may or may not add it. In most cases, you do not need to add references on request. This is just the default thing we do, available on request, but it's not necessary to have it there. And there you have it, a very straightforward CV. I'm going to leave a link to this CV in the description. You can pick it up, edit it, change the words, move it around, make it yours, and hopefully you will be on your way to land your data analyst. Thank you very much for watching my next video.